Well guys, I'm about to start preparing this for the casting to begin to make the first half of the mold. As you can see, the rubber is very deteriorated, full of cracks all the way around and gouges and places where the spring damaged it, where it wore all the rubber out. You can almost see the white bottom here through it, but you can see all those little cracks. So all those have to be filled in order for the mold to come out nice, because if not, the mold will have all these little flasks all over it from where it's filled in those little cracks itself, and then you go to take it out and some of them probably peel off from the silicone, others won't. They'll pop out and be still on the silicone. So when I go to fill this, also you can see there's a little gap there between the spacer I used and the rubber that appears in this camera. But anyway, all that's got to be filled in. I'm trying to decide exactly what I should use. I could fill it all in with clay, I guess. That'd probably take a little while to do. I was wondering about wax. Not sure how wax would work. I'd have to look that up. But anyway, so I'm gonna fill that hole, I guess. And I think I'm gonna actually fill in this with clay up to the point where the shock, or the little button that's on the mount contacts the clay. That would make this solid then. It'd be completely 100% solid with no void there. Still thinking that little void there may be a crush, so if you really came down on it hard, it's going to squeeze out. Push down and squeeze out, which might be a good idea. So I'm still toying with that. I may just go ahead and leave all that open like it is. When they're cast, it'll be shaped exactly like it inside. It just won't have the metal in it. It'll be all rubber, but at least it will crush then some. This part here that is hollow won't, because there's no way I can do that. That's why I was thinking cutting it off here or something and just making this surface more flat on top. But my car should never ever bottom out. If it does, it's had a hell of an impact of some sort with the springs that are on it. But still, if somebody wanted to replicate this design and had a car that had softer springs, it was more springy, and maybe run over a railroad track too fast they didn't know was there, or just anything, and slam the car down on it, especially if you had a lot in the trunk, it's going to make contact with this. I guess that's what it's designed for. Now if it's solid, there'll be no give, so when it makes or very little, the rubber itself will give some, but still solid rubber's not going to give like this will. This was designed to give, I'm sure. There's no other reason for them to made it that way. But we'll see how things go. I'm going to worry about getting all these little cracks filled in and fix the places here. And I'm going to leave this original seat because the spring sets down in it so good. I've already set a spring down in it to check it. So I'm just going to clean that up and smooth up that area in there with I can use clay on that for sure, no problem. And I don't know about this. I'll have to look and see what best to fill in cracks for just using it for the one time, well, possibly hopefully one time master. Hopefully the mold will last long enough to make several of them. I want at least 6 of them because I want all my cars to have one, or I'll have 2. But anyway, but I did get the good quality silicone. It's platinum cure. It's supposed to be the most durable, have the least amount of shrinkage, and supposedly last a long time. Oh, and here's my plate now I've made. just a quick thing I threw together to set this on the clay around it. I can't set it up with one hand, or I would. But, oh, and my various tools. I got lucky and found some of these. I guess whoever had an old toolbox that I bought that was full of old tools was a bit of a sculptor themselves, because some of these things were in there. Some weren't, some I had, but I just used them for little things like filling in nail holes and stuff around baseboard, or just various things like that. They were just, I never did any kind of sculpting, or not like this. I mean, like I said, maybe fill in or fix a bash in a baseboard or something, where it had been damaged, and try and fix it back, and fill it in and make it look like it's okay, especially one that had been carved some fashion. But they, a couple of them like that. That's what I had this one for. And, where's the other one? Yeah, this one, I bought a set of those quite some time ago, but that's all they've ever been used for. But these other things, that's obviously used for something, and that is definitely a sculpting tool, and there's another one around and whatnot. Anyway, so looks like I got everything I'm gonna need. The clay's right here, plenty enough, and I don't have the mold star in here, the silicone, but I've got two trial sizes of it, so I'm thinking maybe one of them will work for this. I hope. That would be nice, because then I could use the other one to make top ones. Even though I don't need any at this moment, I'd still like to go ahead and make a mold for them. So anyway, update will come as soon as I've made some real progress. Later.